today it is my pleasure to have superstar Ms. MekaNism in the studio. Thank you for joining us today.
What a joy to be here with you, Michelle.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So am I.
Well, first of all, let's tell our audience, how do we know each other?
Well, we know each other honestly through the Recording Academy and the Grammy Awards. So we hung out at the Grammy Awards last year. That was dope. And we, got to know each other through that incredible community. And now, we just kind of bonded as soon as we met. And then we just kept on talking about our adventures that we've both had as musicians, which brought up Japan, because we both played a lot of shows in Japan. And then it just bubbled up from there. So yeah, this is just a beginning, blossoming friendship of awesomeness.
Oh, I'm excited. I could not tell you how excited I was when you said, yes, I will be on your show. I said, yes. So it's very exciting. Okay, so yes, you're with the Recording Academy. You're one of the governors, is that correct?
Yes, for the Florida chapter. So there's 12 chapters total, and I have the honor of serving as governor for Florida. So the Recording Academy does a lot of cool stuff. So to witness that and, to support the community through that way, because Music Cares has done a lot of work in 2020 to support musicians out of work, and it's impressive.
I agree, and we've done a whole day of advocacy together, and then
changing the world.
And then there's a Grammy U mentorship program as well, which I'm very, very proud to be a part of that as well.
Yes,
so it's
those college kids. Yeah, it's great. The relationships being built on all levels is really impressive.
Now, you brought up a key word there, relationships.
Yeah.
It always comes down to relationships.
That's so true.
Tell me about some of your relationships throughout the world through your career.
Oh, I have chills just you talking about that. Well, I did live in Japan for 3.5 years. So my community over there is a second family. My bass player / band partner for Origami Girls, Yukari Aikira, we even did a COVID duet from across the world together of a song called You and I that we just put on Instagram. But she has meant so much to me in my career because I learned to sing in Japanese. I played 150 plus shows in Japan together as solo artists and as Origami Girls. I brought her to America to tour. So that was a huge relationship. And I recorded my last album with MekaNism in Germany. The producer over there, Lasse Lemaire, is just top-notch. The whole metal community, especially in Europe, is just, super enthusiastic and passionate about music. And then, you just keep meeting people from everywhere. With NAMM, NAMM is the National Academy of Music Merchants, which is an annual convention that everyone goes to, too. And it's like a giant, musical family reunion, too. So I get to see my old drummers from Origami Girls or, the producer from Germany, and then bands we've played with throughout the years, mostly metal, because that's what I'm most known for the past 10 years. But, there's just this spectrum of amazing talent and relationships and this camaraderie that you build, especially when you play together as musicians, is next level. It really is a spiritually healing experience to collaborate with people to play music. You can feel it. When you're on stage, I bet you can feel that energy.
Constantly.
Ah!
We feed off of each other as musicians, but also off of the audience as well.
Without a doubt. That's part of that collaboration.
Definitely. Now, you mentioned the spiritual aspect.
Yes.
Oh, I know you want to go further into this, and I can't wait. You are a spiritual healer, is that correct?
Correct.
And then you're also a shaman, is that correct?
I am a trained shaman. You don't declare yourself a shaman, but I was adopted by a group of shamans. My teacher was Heidi, and she is, just life-changing the way she is a healer. She was a paramedic, and then, she was from a long line of Siberian shamans, taught me the Peruvian traditions, but it just opened up the world to me in years of training, which is really cool, but it's really become a part of my life. And the shaman identity has also enhanced my confidence, my courage, my want to empower everyone else in the world and to try to find ways of doing that I didn't know before, and that I want to take the music to that level of it being a gift of, empowerment.
So you've composed music, obviously.
Yes, totally.
And you've now taken this whole new concept of making that, again, the mind, body, and the spirit, which is exactly what Be Well TV is about.
Dun, dun, dun.
Of course. So tell us how you do that.
Well, I've been doing it in the metal band MekaNism. So I actually consider it like a shamanic metal band experience. So the songs were an exploration of the transformation we're all experiencing as the world is changing. So it was like Dance at the End of the World, The Shift, Anthems for a Revolution, and most recently The War Inside, which is about facing yourself and falling in love with you, but not being afraid of being okay with all of your, shadow side or just things that make you uncomfortable, and realizing that they're okay too, and that you can love yourself completely. And that leads to, the courage to overcome addiction and depression. And I actually, speaking of fan base, like my tribe reaches out to me and says that these songs got me through alcoholism. These songs, are what I go to like help me get out of depression, or these songs save my life. And so it's really important in that metal field to be infusing that encouragement in a place that normally just has a sacred place for some of the sadder emotions and anger and aggression, which are natural and part of us. And it was nice to have a safe place. But this is like the next level of like, and you can come out of it. And you can grow, and you can be in charge of your own life. So my next project, this 2020, has completely shifted my gears because I'm going to completely do a heart healing album.
Ooh. Tell us about this.
So I started Ascended Heart Navigators with my partner, Nataraja, and it's going to document all of the energy work and the healers and the music and the exploration of what it will take to write this heart healing album as Ms. MekaNism, which includes a lot of collaborations and just really heartfelt experiences, definitely doing actual shamanic healing work in it, but exploring what it is that we all need as a collective to heal our hearts. And I think that's what we need more than anything, especially when we feel isolated and alone. Like the music is our bridge to each other. So I'm diving in deep. Ascended Heart Navigators is a podcast and a blog, and starting to create the music for that, with friends around the world. I work in 2 studios right now, locally in Alpaca Ranch Studios with Chris Short, and in LA, actually in North Hollywood, I work at Apex Arts Studios, which is an incredible place. So we worked on some projects, and I can't wait to go back there. Because those, you can just tell who your soul family is. And it's like we're all meeting each other and empowering each other. And it's almost like compassion and love is growing in all of us. So we can show up and live our greatest good and, activate our highest timeline together and be creative souls and make the world a brighter place. So those are the goals. I mean, they're small, but...
Well, if anyone can accomplish them, I think it's you.
Yes.
I genuinely think so.
Thanks.
Because you have such a powerful voice.
Thank you.
And I'm not just talking about technically singing. Oh, she sings and she has a beautiful voice. No, I'm more referring to your voice as a human being and as a representative and as not only an entertainer, but as an activist. And you are just extremely involved in so many things. Can you tell us about some of the other things that you're involved with that speak to you?
Well, I've had the great privilege of doing activism, of course, with the Recording Academy. Also with Fred Schneider of the B-52s, he co-owns a coffee company called Brighton Community Roaster. So I do have my own MekaNism Shaman Blend coffee, and their whole business is structured to support nonprofits. So then I've had the honor of getting some of my, nonprofit friends involved to get fundraisers, and you just start watching the world unfold of everyone who's helping each other. John Moore is a local shaman teacher who dedicates all of his efforts, energy, and resources to helping the homeless. And so his, nonprofit is called Humanity Villages, which is being supported by Brating, in fundraiser form. Save the Manatee. I've got to meet them. And, you just feel like you're scratching the surface. Like, I cannot even begin to express the awe that I feel for these people who do the activism in the world for, people, the environment, and animals, and children. And I know that my work mostly comes through the energy work, music, but also I do the tarot card readings and shamanic healing, and I try to do, these events where we can come together and, increase the light in the world. So with Tea&Tarot Emporium, who I also work with, we're trying to put together a shaman festival, like an urban shaman festival, like where we learn healing arts in an outdoor environment, where we have healing music, where we're starting to create these outdoor events, for the new way of the world. It's a new age of Aquarius, and everybody needs to be outside all the time. So yeah, we're exploring what is next, because I think what we're letting ourselves and everyone have permission to do is reinvent themselves. It's the reinvention. It's the, the full, igniting of your true passion and letting that lead your life. And yes, it's going to lead you to a lot more, collaborative expressions of art and healing. But like this whole TV station, Be Well, and Noteworthy. This is it. This is the expression of how we make the world better now. And I'm such so honored to be a part of it. So like this, what you're doing.
Well, some days.
Yay!
Still learning. We're always learning.
Always.
I couldn't help but think the vision that you were saying. You kept talking about light.
Yes.
And you kept talking about fire. And of course you have the envisionment of fire right here, if I may say so, with this beautiful hair and outfit and everything. So I know that's something you always like to do. I always see, it reminds me of the phoenix coming out of the flames.
Yeah.
And it's being reborn. You keep talking about reimagining, reinventing. So we're basically we're the phoenix now.
We are the phoenix.
And
as a collective, I have chills. You feel those goosebumps?
It's a good feeling. It is.
Totally. We're activated. I feel like we're giving ourselves more and more space to have that self-reflection and self-love, and be like, what did we really wanted to do? What were we not doing all this time?
Yes.
And let's do that. And I think that this is the opportunity for people to really discover themselves and their passions and their fire.
Absolutely.
And share it with the world.
And I agree with that. Well, speaking of sharing things with the world,
yes.
Now I know you have an album out. Now, where can people find this besides on this beautiful vinyl record?
Well, it is on all of the typical streaming services. And I do have the Ascended Heart Navigators website that I've launched, which is going to be the pivot point for the MekaNism website and the Ms. MekaNism website and all my, collaborative efforts, because I really want to use the podcast to tell people stories, both musicians and healers.
And what's that web address again? AscendedHeartNavigators.com. So, and there'll be blogs and stories and telling the backstory of stuff. So I just think I'm trying to simplify all that, which you can get it everywhere. Or you can just email us. And they can find her on Ms. MekaNism. She's definitely there. Now, again, speaking of something world premiere, we are very, very fortunate to have a world premiere of a music video and a new song that you composed. Yes. First of all, tell us about the song. What was your inspiration, and with whom did you collaborate?
There is a local metal band called Gargamel that just is phenomenal, and they've been, huge for years. The keyboardist, Servo, and I decided to start attempting to collaborate after I got back from Japan. And we started a few songs. And then we just were so busy that we weren't getting to it. And so in 2020, we're like, you know what? Let's look at what we've done. And looking at this particular song, We Should Watch the Stars, it was the perfect expression of what we all needed to hear. which was hope and encouragement. I think that it was a really good opportunity to collaborate with local filmmaker Karen Stevenson and then feature, one of my favorite performance artists, Lady Cimarine of Phantasmagoria.
Oh, yes.
Who usually does like fire dancing. She's performed with MekaNism on House of Blues stages and in many music videos. But in this music video, she does light painting. The thing about it was filmed during, shutdowns. So it's like a psychedelic expression of all of the venues in Central Florida locked down and empty. But with the message of we're all under the same sky, we're all in this together, and just keep looking up at the sky, keep looking up at the stars.
Where did you record this?
We recorded it in a home studio with Servo. He's very, very talented. And then we recorded the music video in downtown Sanford and then driving around the streets of Orlando, like from Mills 50 to, Orange Avenue and Bumby and Winter Park and just driving around filming all of our most gorgeous venues here. And, we need to save our stages and we need to reinvent. And I'm really excited at things becoming safer and safer and people getting more and more creative and there being live streaming or festivals being integrated, but that's a big part of who we are is live music. So
definitely,
it's like, how do we keep it alive and, express it in a way that's still going to, make everybody feel safe and be safe, in the greatest good. But still people need music. So we got to figure that out, and we are. So, hashtag Save Our Stages has been huge. And I think that that's something that we just need to keep talking about is that there's a lot of people out of work, but there's a lot of potential for the reinvention.
Absolutely. Well, when we come back after these messages, we will get our first glimpse at this world premiere of a brand new video. Please stay tuned. Welcome back to Noteworthy. Now we get to have the world premiere of the music video by Ms. MekaNism. We should watch the stars. Enjoy.
Thank you, Michelle.
Oh, thank you so much. So where can they find this song?
It's on YouTube.
Okay.
It's on the MekaNism band YouTube page, but it is by S01X04 Ms MekaNism, directed by Karen Stevenson, featuring Lady Cimarine. So that's the only place, because it was just a gift for the solstice, for encouraging everyone for the new age of Aquarius. But we'll release it later, as part of the Heart Healing Project, and just to see what collaborations come out of that. So it was just had to exist.
And I'm very excited it does. And I do hope one day that I can just improvise on top of that song.
I would love that.
That would be so much fun. Well, thank you again for joining us for Noteworthy. I'm Michelle Jones. Thank you, Ms. MekaNism, for joining us today.
Thank you, Michelle.